All right, y'all. Welcome to a video. It's a weekend video with me, the Stonk Dad. I'm going to be going over today the data that came out on Friday and talk about what went down in the market, and as well as a couple things that I noticed in the data sets that I use, the market net flow, the GEX. We're going to be talking about a new one, the dealer diary. I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar with that one at all, but I'm going to give you guys a lowdown about how I used that on Friday. And then talk about a couple of trades that I was looking at, as well as just the overall sentiment of the market and what's going on. So stick around. Thank you guys for tuning in with me yet again. Don't forget to subscribe and like, the whole shebang. All right, let's get into it, okay? All right, so it is a Saturday. Hopefully you guys aren't mad at me that I didn't make this yesterday about the data from yesterday, but I thought it was interesting enough for me to actually hop on the video and make a video over the weekend here, because we had an OPEX day, which means that there are actually a lot of option contracts that expired on Friday. So yesterday was the 16th of February, and we saw a lot of volatility in the market. So right off the bat, I had that in the back of my mind right when I got into today. So looking at the data and stuff, I kind of sat back and I was a little bit safer just because of that reason, because the data can be flawed, because all these option expirations can really mess up the data a lot. So, and we pretty much saw that right at the beginning when we saw that call flow started to ramp up really, really hard in the morning. But price action did not follow that right in the morning. So usually when you do see a big call ramp like that right at market open, this was 10 minutes after the market opened, by the way, we saw 16 million net in calls. On a normal day, that would pretty much mean a big trend day, 9 times out of 10. But that is not what we saw today, actually. We did see a break below that level in the morning, which was 501. And then we kind of went down towards that 499 level, and that's where we bounced. But within the span of about 30 minutes or so, we could see that call flow started to signify that there was some weakness in the market with the call selling. You could also see that puts were coming up as well. And then we saw that break of 501. That was pretty much our cue that we weren't going to be heading up anytime soon. And then we saw that reversal in flow to the bear side as well. So one thing to point out here is that gray convergence kept you out of those long. Excuse the daughter. Excuse the daughter. I'm making a video and she's screaming. She might come in here. So just ignore her for right now. I'll take care of her. But yeah, you guys saw that we had that bearish cross, but that gray convergence kept you out of longs, which is really, really cool to see. So let's talk about a couple things before we get into this big sell-off in the market later on. Aspie, give me a second, baby. I'm in the middle of a video, okay? Stop yelling. So I haven't talked a lot about the dealer market diary. So I should make a whole video on that, honestly. But I don't use it that often, so I don't really talk about it that much. But on days like yesterday, which was Friday, there were a lot of options that were expiring. And dealer market diary is a really, really cool tool to use. And I can actually, let's see. I can show you guys here what I wrote here. So right here I said OPEX today, meaning we have a lot of options expiring today. So here we have dealer diary, and this is the dealer diary tool. You guys will see that underneath the market net flow tool if you scroll down a little bit right below the GEX levels. But dealer diary, it shows the high amount of deltas in the market. So if dealers are long or short delta. So in this case, yesterday we had 216. You can see this big green bar, which that means that dealers are long delta, which means they have long positions. Hold on, baby. I'm making a video, okay? I know. We're going to go have a bath, okay, after this. You're going to go have a bath. Okay. So, yeah, so the dealer diary shows that the dealers were long delta, which means that they're long in the market. So what I said here is they have to hedge. So they either have to buy more puts, or more often than not, they have to sell the underlying if they're long delta. So I was pretty much expecting a sell off towards close. Usually is when it happens. It did happen a little bit sooner than I thought it was going to, but shortly after I posted this at 11:35 Eastern, 15 minutes later, we we pretty much saw that play out right off the bat. We could see that we didn't quite get to 503, but the dealers had to sell by hedging that long delta. Okay, so that's a pretty cool tool to use. It mostly works on Fridays. It doesn't really work any other day unless there's a big difference between deltas, like you saw on the 16th. But that huge sell-off was predicted by that tool, which is really cool. And there was a play actually that I was talking about in live streams. An SPX put actually went from like $100 and it topped at I'm actually looking at it right now. Let's see. It topped at $1,495. So from 100 to about $1,500 is pretty insane. Obviously, you probably wouldn't have sold out at the top there. But yeah, $100 to $1,500 in the span of, I don't know, 15-20 minutes or so is pretty insane to me. So yeah, that was just a little recap of the Friday data. It was really cool to see that dealer market diary working out as well as the GEX levels. The GEX levels did fantastic on Friday. I'm sure that I wrote a little bit about it here. Okay, yeah, so I said the 502 level. So when we were heading up in the market, we could see that that 502 level was dropping. And then eventually we hit it right off the bat off that 501 level, which was really cool, to 502. Really awesome. Let's see if there were any other ones. Yeah, there were actually a lot of GEX levels going negative before that sell-off. So you could see that we were pushing higher and higher, and then that 500 level started to go negative, but it hit all these other levels before it dropped down there, which is really cool. We didn't exactly hit 503, but it got pretty close. Let's see. Is there anything else? I think that was it. I didn't post anything else. I wish I would have, but there were a couple really cool GEX movements intraday that hit. Like that 500 level is really awesome. So yeah, guys, that was pretty much the recap on Friday. If you caught that with me, is pretty awesome. I pray for days like that, especially on the dealer market diary and the GEX lineup. It's pretty much it's an awesome play to get into. But that was the data from Friday. There wasn't really much excitement as far as the flow at all. There was a lot of reversals and whatnot. Oh, sorry. Let me refresh this. Just refresh this real quick. Oh yeah, there wasn't very much going on here. We did have a lot of flips here, lots of bullish to bearish call flow going up and whatnot. So it wasn't really anything too exciting, but this is pretty much expected on OPEX days like Friday. So other than that, guys, it was an okay day. GEX and dealer market diary did an awesome job. But yeah, I just thought that I'd get on and share my thoughts on Friday, and hopefully next week will be even better. Hopefully the flow does a little bit better than it did this week, because the convergence did okay, but flow was a little bit choppy, I feel like. So hopefully we get a clearer picture of what we're doing in the market heading into this next week. Excuse me. So with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in yet again. I will see you in the next one.